They claim the average person earns $500 or more a week just by flipping returned items. No upfront investment and no big risk. Sounds like the easy side hustle, right? The platform is called Sharetown, and in this video I'll show you exactly how it works, what it really takes to earn that kind of money and whether it's worth your time. And make sure you stick around to the end because I'll also share a couple of quick tips that can make a big difference if you decide to go for this opportunity. In case you don't know, my name is Mikael, and on this channel here I test real ways to make money online and with side hustles in general without all the hype. And today we're taking a closer look at Sharetown. It's a platform that lets you earn by reselling returned items from big retailers. And according to their website, the average member earns around $500 or more per week. But as always, I'll break down what's behind that number, what you actually have to do, what kind of equipment or time you need, and how realistic it really is. I've also got a couple of tips at the end that can seriously boost your profits if you decide to try it. But let's start by looking at how Sharetown actually works and what you'll be doing if you sign up. So first of all, what exactly is Sharetown? You can see here they describe it also on the website. You can become a Sharetown rep. So that's the section you need to go to if you want to earn. And it is a logistics and resale company that partners with big retailers across the US to make product returns easier. And when someone returns large items, it can for example be a mattress, a sofa, or piece of fitness equipment, it's often too expensive for the retailer to ship them back to a warehouse. So instead Sharetown steps in. So they have local partners called Sharetown reps. That's what I just mentioned. You can potentially become a Sharetown rep, and you would then pick up these returned items, store them, and then resell them locally through marketplaces like Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp or any other local marketplace. The profit from the sale is then split between you, the rep, and Sharetown. And that's how the whole system works. It saves the retailer time and money, it reduces waste, and it gives you a chance to earn from items that would otherwise maybe just be thrown away. On their website, Sharetown even says that the average rep earns around $500 per week. But of course, that depends on how many items you pick up and how fast you can sell them. But we'll talk more about the full earning potential a little bit later. But let's just quickly go over how the actual process looks like if you join. So the process if you decide to join is that you apply to become a rep on the website. You can just go there, you can see the button, it's very clear, you can see the URL up here, and then if you get accepted, you will then get access to the Sharetown app. Here then, when an item becomes available in your area, you will get notified and you can then pick it up from the customer or store. You then store it and you clean it up if it's needed, and then you can list it for sale locally, and you also actually set the sale price yourself. Once it sells, you keep your share of the profit and you pay Sharetown their part. So the exact percentage can vary depending on the item and depending on the specific deal and all that, but overall it's a very simple setup. So there's no need to buy inventory, but you do have to handle the pickup, storage, and the selling yourself. But next, let's go over what it actually takes to make it work, because even though it might sound easy, there are some requirements and challenges you need to know about. Now, even though Sharetown makes it sound pretty easy, there are some very real requirements you need to meet before you can make this side hustle work. Because you can see, for example, here, it's mentioned very clearly on the website, so they are transparent about that, but I just also want to highlight it because it's always so important when it comes to side hustles that you know exactly what to expect before you can find out if it's for you or not. So first off, you will need a suitable vehicle. You can see they say here it needs to be a large vehicle because in general it's large, bulky items, often mattresses, couches, gym equipment, things like that. So you need, for example, a pickup truck, a van, or at least a large SUV with space to actually pick it up. And if you don't already have one, then renting or borrowing a truck will eat into your profits quickly. So that's something to consider. Next, of course, you also need some storage space. Some reps, they maybe use their garage or their basement, while others, they can rent small storage units. But if your goal is to scale this up, then the space and the storage space becomes a serious factor. So you need to plan for this. Then there's the physical work. You are the one picking up, loading, unloading, sometimes cleaning or repairing small issues before reselling. So it's not just a quick click and earn side hustle, it's a hands-on gig that can be surprisingly physical. Also, you do need time and communication skills because you will spend time listing each item online, answering messages, negotiating with buyers and coordinating pickups or deliveries. Some people, they do this on evenings or weekends, but it still takes effort to keep things moving. Finally, there are some expenses you will have to factor in also. For example, things like gas, cleaning up supplies, or maybe storage space if you need to rent it, and of course your time. And these things can easily eat into your profits if you're not tracking them. So while you don't need to buy any inventory upfront, you are investing time, your muscles and logistics. If you already have a truck and extra storage space, then it can be really interesting side hustle. But if you don't, then this might not be the right side hustle for you. Next, let's look a bit more into what the potential earnings really look like to help you find out if it's for you or not. So what can you actually earn with Sharetown? On the website you can see that they say that the average active Sharetown rep makes more than $500 per week. And they also have another section where they mention that the average income can be around $2,225 for around 9 deliveries. They also share examples of top earners making anywhere between $3,000 and $4,000 a month. So yes, those results are definitely possible, but the key word here is possible, not guaranteed. When you start looking at real experiences people have shared, it becomes clear that earnings can vary a lot, of course. Some reps in big metro areas with plenty of inventory and fast-moving markets do very well, and others in smaller towns say they struggle to find enough items or buyers to keep up steady income. And remember that $500 a week figure doesn't include your costs. So if you're driving long distances using a storage unit or selling slow-moving items, your profit margin can drop fast. Based on what I have seen, here's what results mostly depend on. So of course, your location. Big cities and suburbs where Sharetown has lots of retailer partnerships and active buyers usually mean more pickups and faster sales. Secondly, vehicle and space. If you already have a truck and free storage, your costs are low, which makes a big difference. Thirdly, time and effort. The faster you clean, list and resell items, the more you can of course earn. So letting items sit around for weeks, that will kill your average. Fourth, demand. Mattresses and well-known brand furniture tend to sell faster, and niche and unbranded pieces can sit for ages. So as promised, here are a couple of quick tips that can make a real difference if you decide to give Sharetown a try. And if you do, please share in the comments below how you're doing, any tips and tricks you have, or if you have already tried it, I would love to hear about your experiences and your average earnings also. But here are a few tips to help you get the most out of it. So tip 1 is focus on brand name items. For example, when you get assigned pickups, prioritize well-known brands. For example, a Casper or Purple mattress or a recognizable piece from IKEA or Ashley will almost always sell faster and at a better price than generic or off-brand furniture. Buyers already know these names, so they are more comfortable paying a higher amount, and that means your items move faster with less time sitting in storage. Tip 2, choose items with high resale demand. So if you get options, go for pieces that are easy to photograph, easy to transport and useful for most households. That can be things like sofas, desks, dresses or exercise gear. Oversized or oddly shaped items often take forever to sell, no matter how good the price is. So again, consider this also. Tip 3 is offer delivery when you can. Many buyers are willing to pay extra for that convenience, especially for bulky items. So it's one of the easiest ways to beat competitors and turn inventory over fast. So if you combine all these small things, recognizable brands, in-demand items and quick delivery, that can easily make the difference between earning, for example, $100 a week and $500 a week. So while Sharetown definitely isn't a get-rich-quick gig, it can be one of the more interesting reselling options if you have the right setup. If you think this is not really for you, but you're interested in other gig economy jobs, I also do have a list on my website of the best gig economy job. I will leave a link to that below. And if what you're interested in is building your own online income where you're not depending on going out and finding work or getting hired by others or having to drive around, then maybe starting your own online business can be an idea. That's what I've done. I also do have more information on my website about my top recommended way to learn to do this step by step. I will leave a link to that below also. And this will not require any storage space and something you can do from home. So you can also check that out below. But no matter what, I hope this video helped you. And if it did, make sure to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out next time I release a video with tips and tricks about different ways to make money online.